Welcome to Tantric Live, Chandrika here. So today's picker card reading is about uh, your finances for the year 2019. So we have three piles here: pile number one, pile number two, and pile number three. Um, this is applicable for any time in 2019 when you get to see this reading. That's the right time for you to really listen to this. Here we have three crystals for you to choose, or three piles. Pile number one, it's labradorite, and pile number two, tiger's eye, and pile number three, yellow calcite. You can pause the video and choose your crystal or the pile number while we move on to the reading. So let's do pile number one first. Okay. Pile number one, labradorite. We have Four of Swords, Change, that's Two of Cups, and One, Madness. We have this, Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and then the Star. Okay. The Lenormand and yours. Okay, we'll see this later. So what I see in this for the group of people here is you've been contemplating a lot on your finances. You have been wondering how to proceed further. Um, there's been a lot of strategy or planning that you've been doing on your business or your career. All right, the time for you, the time that you've been taking out for meditation or taking out for strategizing, planning is over. Your planning stage is over. Now comes the action stage. It's time for change. It's time for you to start taking the action, use the resources. You already have the resources around, and it's time for you to take that leap at this point in time. So what I see is, for this pile of people, you've been going through a lot of change, and so much so that you would like to, you probably were feeling like you want to take some rest and just be, or just wanted a break to just gather your own energy. Well, that time is over. All right, that kind of time where where you wanted a lot of rest, wanted to strategize is over. You have done the strategizing. You're ready for the change. You're ready to use the resources that are around you. All right. So now is the time. You've healed enough. You've done with your healing. Now it's time for you to really get into action the plan that you have. Execute the plans or execute whatever that you've had in your mind, whatever the strategy that you've had in your mind. It's time for you to execute them. I also see that it's the people who picked up this pile are pretty much ready to focus all their resources, energy, time on finances. You probably, I see that some of you had not really, money really didn't mean much, or there wasn't much, there was something else on your mind rather than just finances, but now it's going to be just finances only. It's about security, it's about taking care of your needs, taking care of what exactly, in terms of finances, business, settling down, maybe buy a house, buy a car, where you stand on your own feet. You kind of don't have to worry about money. Just go for that financial security. That's what you're heading for now. And it's time for you to execute the plans that you've been working on, and now's the time for you to shine. You're done with your healing, and when you do that, when you start executing your plans, your strategy, you'll see that you'll heal much faster. Whatever you had, you know challenges with, you'll start coming out of it much faster. You'll start healing from it much faster. And you will be guided. You'll be totally guided. It's time for you to get in touch with your own, spend a lot of time by yourself, trust your intuitive powers, listen to your intuition, and it will beautifully guide you. The spirits are here to guide you and deal with whatever issues that come by or that you are facing. And it's time for you to network, start going around socializing, tell people what you do, and meet people, be there, and see how you spread the word about your work. So you start getting to work basically. The card, the energy that you need to be carrying is, it's time for you to take help from others. Start delegating. You don't have to be doing everything on your own. It's time for you to actually ask others to help you instead of just trying to do everything by yourself. It's time for you to delegate a bit, time for you to get others to also help you with your work, help you with your the actions that you intend executing. So it's time for you to network a lot, socialize with people, and get in touch with yourself, and go, rock like a star. So that's what I have for these for this pile, for people who picked up this pile. Wishing you the very best. Now on we move to pile number 2, or the tiger's eye. So here is tiger's eye. It's more to do with solar plexus and focus. Let's see what we have for pile number 2. So for people who picked up tiger's eye or pile number 2, what I'm seeing is, uh, you've been spending a lot of time by yourself. You've been all alone. You've been feeling a sense of defeat. Uh, you've been focusing. You've been wanting to focus on money. You've been wanting to earn, but then you really are not sure how, or contemplating on how to earn money, how to get your finances up and going. You've been spending a lot of time with yourself. That you've probably been sensing a lot of um, not so positive feelings of late, be it finances, or be it something to do with across the segments in your life. um, so you've been actually feeling a little lonely, spending a lot of time by yourself, contemplating. um, for some, your plans have not been rolling out the way you wanted it to roll out. It's not been going the way that you wanted to. So this is what I see. People who picked up this pile are going through or were going through. However, now it's time for you to start off new ventures, more so by so any venture that you start, not because you have to start, not because you have to earn the money, but if you start because you're passionate about it, you love doing that particular project, then that's what you need to take up. The projects that are very close to your heart is what you need to take up and roll out. This is a time, yes, you've been spending a lot of time, but it's time for you to, instead of worrying, shift the energies and vibrations to more of strategy, more of contemplation in terms of planning, or just rest it out instead of thinking anything negative. And start focusing these energies on starting something new. Focus your these emotions, these negative emotions, sublimate them or transmute them into more positive vibes and start new ventures. And for a change, this, unlike the number one pile, the people who have picked up this pile, I would say go ahead and do things on your own instead of partnerships. I would say go for projects that where it doesn't demand working with other people. Do it all by yourself. It's time for you to really prosper, be abundant, but you need to focus and rely on yourself and nobody else. So focus on yourself, rely only on yourself, and get going and start. You know, take a little bit, just transmute or sublimate your negative energies to positive. That's the vital part. You guys have been spending a lot of time by yourself, a lot of contemplation, a lot of time that could have been used up for worrying rather than really planning or really strategizing. Now what I see is it's time for you to start strategizing and start relying on yourself, relying on your own confidence, your own efforts, your own self to succeed in life, to get your finances straightened up. If there were any debts, it's time for you to clean it up now. Now is the time for you to clear it and be smart enough and see what you can do to um, it's not sure how exactly you can earn the money at this point in time. What exactly is the project that you need to take up? It's still a secret. However, it's not revealing that. However, it's time for you to make the most and see how you can uh, smart enough to weave or glide through the opportunities that are going to be presented to you from now on. So go ahead and see how you can, smartly work. Let me see, Fox. So see how you can negotiate or work at a unconscious or subconscious level to see how you can get your work with the opportunities that are presented to you. Now the goddess guidance card for you all is rely on your inner wisdom. Just listen to your heart. Now that you spent a lot of time with yourself, you must be really, and you're going to meditate and you're going to strategize. Listen to what you feel and nobody else. Listen to what you think is right. Roll out what you think is right. You know what to do. Just trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. There we go. It was nice reading for you all. File number 2. Wishing you the very best for this year. Now let's move to pile number 3. Pile number 3. Pile number 3 is yellow calcite. Let's move this. So, all right. Let's see. Ten of Wands, Prince of Cups, and Seven of Wands. Right. All right. Pardon me. So, for people who chose the yellow calcite or the pile number 3, I see that you've really had a very, very burdensome year. So 2018 was a year where you really carried a lot of baggage, a lot of you did do a lot of work but did not get enough returns probably, and you also did not stand for your values. You had few values and certain belief systems in you, and you would not express them, because of which you felt very oppressed. You were not assertive enough to express it, because of which you felt that people were dominating over you, or people were or you felt that you carrying it all, you doing it all, probably because you could not express. For some, I feel you were really brave enough this year where you actually voiced out your opinion and voiced out your um, belief systems, and you gave it all, but then you still couldn't get through or reach the level that you wanted to, or you wish to, right? And although you had a good relationship, or for some you had a relationship which where you had a relationship with a person who was not matured enough, right? And that caused a lot of issues and energy travels. So if one segment of your life doesn't work, then it obviously reflects the other segments of your life. All right, so what I see is, yes, you have learned to uh, you still not come out of it, but you are trying to come out of this uh, negative. You're feeling stuck, you're feeling like you don't have the power, you feel you stuck in this level where, or you stuck in this situation where you're unable to come out. How do I come out? It's very simple. You're really not stuck. You just, there is an illusion that you're stuck. The chains are not really tight. You just can't remove the chains and come out. So it is just an illusion. You just need to change your perception and have a look at that, or do some, do free service to some people. So people get to know what exactly you do, and you really do not have to um, really go out of the way promoting yourself, but that service in itself will help them understand what exactly um, you do, right? And so it's time for you to change your perception, and change your perception, perceive the entire situation from a very different angle. Understand that it's just an illusion. You are good enough for you to walk out of this particular situation that you are in. because we're talking about finances, it's probably a financial situation or your job scene that you are stuck with your manager or with your organization, or a business venture that is not coming through. So figure out what exactly that is, and it's just an illusion. Whatever that is just an illusion. Change your perception and take things into your take charge of the situation. This is where you have to fight for your beliefs. You're not expressing your beliefs enough. Now here, the Queen of Wands, go ahead and take action. Just take charge and move forward, based on what you think is right for you and everybody else in terms of finances. So there will be a person who will help you to unlock, will give you the solution to the issues that you are facing through, and will help you get really, really grounded. So, see if there is any person around you who is trying to help you. It could be if it could even be your spouse who can help you unlock or give solution to the issues. So have a chat with your loved ones, or your partner could help you, and see to it that you get grounded. This is the time for you to get grounded, not to worry, and get grounded and become more wise, and then shoot from there. You really do not have to. There's everything going. You just need to change perspective and take charge of the situation, is all you need to do. And be open to solutions. Discuss it with your partner, or you don't have a partner, probably a friend of yours, or there will be a person who will give you a solution to the issues that you're facing right now. And you just need to get more grounded at this point in time, for you to really understand what's happening, and pardon me, to take charge and proceed further. So, Goddess Guidance card message for you is, Irene, peace. There is no need to worry, as everything is working out beautifully. So, you really don't have to do much. It's all in divine timing. However, I see that you're growing leaps and bounds spiritually, but then at a 3G level, it might cause a lot of grief. That's when you grow spiritually, but then yeah, so there's nothing really to worry. Everything will settle down and work out beautifully in the course of time, divine timing. I hope you enjoyed. That's it for pile number 3. Thank you so much for being here, all of you, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. Wishing you the very best. Thank you. Bye bye.